Yo, what is poppin', Saints? It's your boy, the SAINT. That be me, and I'm over here bringing you another video. While I'm doing my nightly stroll, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty relaxing. I'm not gonna hold you. Just something about just being by your own son, man. And the world's quiet. It feels nice. It feels nice. I'm telling you, there's a big difference between being alone and lonely. And I mean, hey, sometimes you have one with the other, but you learn the difference real quick. But that's not what I'm talking. That's not what I'm here to talk about today, though. What I'm here to talk about is the day I stopped chasing. The day I stopped chasing. I swear, that was an that was a changer for me. All right, that was a changer for me. Cause you know what I realized? Like I said, there's gonna be two things I just want to make clear to y'all, and I want y'all to repeat it to yourselves over and over and over and over again. When you live your life, you gotta live at the ending of the story already. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to what you want, life only gives you what you already have, and it gives you an abundance of it. So, for me in this case, right, I'm just thinking about it from different things. For me, it was mainly about money, okay? Life situations, wanting to improve my financial standing, my career, getting work, things that's pretty normal for anybody, things that would be pretty much straightforward. Like, yeah, you should have that. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to get that on top of that, right? But I realized I was having a hard time getting it. I was having a hard time getting it, and I realized that as soon as I changed up how I was going at it, things was different. When I looked at it from the ending of the story instead, where I think to myself instead, okay, I already have it. I already have what it is that I'm looking for. I'm already that person that has the accomplishments, that has the accolade, that's making the better income and doing these things, right? I realized things got easier. Things got much easier. Things came to me faster. There was little to no obstacles in my path at that point. But when I was chasing at it, like it was just around the corner, it kept staying around the corner. Even when I was probably right at the door, it's like all of a sudden it went 2 blocks lower. Like I realized I'm looking at it wrong. And see, because I'm looking at it how I was doing, and I'm saying, and look, this could be applied to everything. This could be applied to relationships. This could be applied to your lifestyle. This could be applied to work. This could be applied to your relationships with other people, like your friends and your family. It could be applied to all these things. You could be saying to yourself, man, I want better friends. I want a better chick. I want my girl to be this, that, and the third, man. I want my friends to be this, that, and the third too. Man, I just want it all. You can have it all, but you ain't gonna have it all if you already have it. And if you live from the ending of the story, you're living as that person that already has all these things. And here's the thing though, you're probably gonna be saying to yourself, well, if I'm gonna say I'm gonna be a billionaire and a millionaire, how can I do that if I'm not living like a billionaire? It also goes off of the next important component, which is self belief. If you ain't believing that shit, it's not coming. Okay? If you ain't believing that shit, it's just not gonna come. Like if you ain't genuinely on that. And the thing is that there are techniques that you can do to curate that. Like I actually listened to Spiritual Don, like give him a look. Guy's very smart. And he goes into the details of it. But what I'm saying is the day I stopped chasing was when I realized things came to me. And I started to realize, well, now I just want to be cognizant that if I don't chase it, it's gonna come to you. Nine times out of ten, especially when you're intentional, when you already live from the ending of the story, where that's the person that you are. Because you know what, the love of my life, right, recently left me, and I was heartbroken. Still going through it. But I realized something. There was a time, there was a gap where things was still kind of cool, and yeah, like she wanted space, but I still wanted her, and I didn't want to lose her. And I felt like, well, she's not like every other girl. I don't got to play that game of, you know, um, kind of show I'm still here while still not being there. Like I think I had to do this game of let me be quiet and wait for her to come around. But then I realized the bigger picture. It's not a game. It's not a game at all. It's just an understanding of how life attracts. And for me, it was out of desperation of disparity that kind of I felt like pushed that nail in the coffin a bit, right? Not saying, and it's not a slight on either of us, because I don't think. I mean, she wouldn't have gave me the opportunity to still talk to her if she didn't think I was any less than. I mean, yeah, she still did respect me, and just as another man and human being in her life. But what I realized was that my energy on it and how it led to my actions, that was on me. That was on me. And so as I'm looking at it now, I'm thinking about the other times where it was like I confused myself how I got that in the first place. How did I get that relationship in the first place? I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm too good to think for it, or like, hey, look, man, I deserve it, all this and all that. I didn't have to pump up my chest like that. It just came. It just came. Realizing down the line, I'm like, oh, what the heck? Oh man, she's she's wonderful. She's like my other half. That's my twin. you know, all that came down later, and then it trickled down to where we are now. You know, and I'm like, man, if I just change my frequency from constantly going at it, like it's something that is like just like when you just want it, I feel like that's gonna push it further from you. Instead, if I talk about it like I already have it, I think that's a better position to be at, just energetically. But like I said though, you gotta believe it. And when it comes to matters of the heart with other people, that's hard to do. That's harder to do. I'm telling you right now because I'm doing it myself right now. Okay, like I'll break that down a little later, but I'm doing that myself right now, where I'm like, okay, like hey, I have realities that I want with certain people in my life. It's not the easiest thing to do when you're considering that you're talking about a whole nother person. But I'm reprogramming up here. I'm reprogramming, and I'm learning that you know what, I can get it because, like I said in the last video, and I'm gonna say probably in others, what do I got to lose? What do I really have to lose in thinking this way? Because it's not like the way that I'm thinking before was working because the result was not what I wanted. But if I instead think about it from this perspective, try this new way, this new train of thought, what could I possibly lose? And the thing is, I'm not even thinking about it from the loser perspective. I think about what I have to gain. And you should do the same. Think about what you have to gain. You have much more to gain doing this than going the other route. But yeah, that was just me talking about the day I stopped chasing. I realized that the more you chase, you push it away, and that's actually a truth. And now I know the actual foundation knowledge for it. I can put it into work. I can put it into a science now. Why it is that does that's gonna happen because energetically you're not that guy, and it's not that you can't be that guy. It's just that you are already putting out there that you're not that guy. So you're already losing from that standpoint. And the thing is that we're not taught this because it's not really common knowledge. I mean, now it's starting to become common because you got dudes like Nero, you got dudes like Spiritual Soul, and you got, that's in more of the modern times that could tell you what's going on with that, right? But hey, here I am trying to do some I'm gonna do some little due diligence and hopefully pass on that knowledge to y'all. But that's all I wanted to tell y'all. Though. Hey, once again, I love y'all. Hope y'all take care of yourselves. Peace and blessings, loving all the gifts that come with it. And talk to y'all soon, Saints. Peace.